Hi everyone, welcome back. Let's keep going where we left off. So last episode was a ton of planning out, working out what I was going to do. Pretty sure I'm on top of things now, and it's just a case of let's get some stuff done. I think the first thing was I need a lot of heavy cables. Uh, Gold, copper in here, fantastic. Let's just start these heavy cables. One thing I did mention was I wanted to get a big water, a lot more water. I'm getting water's getting on the low side. So I know I've got heavy cables printing at the moment. It doesn't matter. Let's just boost this a little bit. Let's hope the temperature isn't too high. This is already kind of maxed out. Well, what's the temperature here? I don't want to start pumping gas into these pipes. Once again, I don't want to blow myself up. Okay, and let's get some gas mixing going. There's no issues here. So let's just start this and let's just get a ton of gas in that pipe there. I'm going to turn the O2 off so I don't put too much in. And hopefully I can make a good 500 moles of water. I'm going to leave this thing going because it fills up so slowly. Just keeping an eye on that. It'll be really good once I've got actual sensors. Now, I know these heavy cables have been piling up for a while. I do need a lot of them. We'll go one more. Two more. I just like to see the gold at an exact perfect number, like 140. Okay, so do I need normal cables? I'm going to be ripping a ton of them up, but I'm going to just get a few more. Just so I'm covered. So these are going to be used in a minute. A couple more. Get that to a nice even 210 grams of copper. Okay, so probably don't have enough cables, but we'll find out. Hydration critical. It's always critical. There we go. So here we go. We got some very low temperature gas mix going on here. Way too much hydrogen. What do I have too much of in the tank? Hydrogen. Okay, let's change this gas mix and add more oxygen. Oxygen is this input here. Let's do it like a 60-40 and hopefully they kind of even up. If I end up with a little bit too much O2, that's fine because I've got a ton of extra H2 in here already. Well, a ton, 50 moles extra. And hopefully this gas mix ends up equalizing out nicely. The O2 is caught up to the H2 now. I want a little bit of extra O2. 60-40, no good. I don't want that anymore. It's even worse. Let's go back to that 65-35 mix. And hopefully by the time this pipe is full, I can do an O2 mix and use up equal parts of H2 and O2. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so I've got my heavy cables. Let's get this large battery put in place. I've now got this monitor here. I don't have to pull my tablet out every 10 seconds anymore. Get out of my way. So I'll do the cables first. The heavy battery is going to go down here somewhere. Let's just work out exactly the exact spot I'm going to be putting it. Do I want it right hard up against the wall, or do I want a bit of a gap? Hard up against the wall should be fine. It's going to be like this, so the cable's going to run up there. No, not like that. There we go. Okay, come on. And it's just going to run straight up here. And now I got to find a way to connect this to the rest of my heavy cables. I could honestly just jank it off this line and run it through here. Power's 50%, it's not low. In fact, I'm going to do that. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. It doesn't really matter, I can change it later. Let's just get it working. Just like I said, get stuff done. Let's get all this stuff out of the way because I want to get the advanced furnace. I want to start playing with that. Gosh. How did I go with these cables? Is it going to fit? Oh. Wire cutters. Exactly the number I needed. Oh no, it's not exactly. I also need a couple more to connect the large battery to the power board. Okay, so I'll do that now. Basically, I don't want to disconnect these until, well, I don't want to disconnect these until I know that I can reconnect them to power again. So I think it's 2 or so that I'm missing. I'll get like 4 or so, just to make sure. I might make 6 actually. Cable, heavy cable, there we go. And yeah, whilst these are printing, actually they're not going to take very long, but I just have to duck over here. I'm just going to look at this. It does not seem to be filling out. The O2's done. If I make 10 or so of those cables, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's turn this thing on and let's start making H2O. Fantastic. I can turn this gas mixer off now. Okay, so how many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll make 8 for now. It's more than enough. I'm going to just let that mix and let the H2 build up. Oh, I don't need to. I got so much power. Volume pumps draw a ton of power, but because I've got so much of it, I don't care. And I'm just pumping H2O in the tank. I'm going to do that like 3 times during this episode, and I'm going to get a very large amount of water in there. Maybe more than 3 times. Who knows? It's so much easier having this thing here. Okay, so that's all connected up to the main line. Time to rip up some cables. This is probably going to be ripped up and dragged around. So first I'm going to connect that up, and then I'm going to just, I hope I have enough space. I might not actually. Let's just get all this out of the way from now. I'll figure out the exact cabling later on. No biggie. Large battery. I am dying of thirst again. Now, this has to connect to my power controller, which is once again probably going to be here. I might have trouble connecting this pipe up, to be honest. I want to leave the data ports on these things exposed. You never know, I might have some central control room or something which shows all the yeah, so this is a problem. How do I connect this cable up to this? I can't run around the back. Yeah, this happens a lot in this game. You start putting down something with something, putting down something, and then you realize, oh, that's not going to work, and then you got to rework it all over again. I can't go back inside until I've figured this out, though. I'm trying to find a way to connect these cables up to this port here. And I just realized I don't really have that many cables. Let's go. I mean, I don't need to connect that up. That's not even connected. So that's going to connect all the way up to this, like here. I have got those cables in there, which I can't rip up because I can't get inside. Did I leave the other airlock door closed? I did, so I can actually get back inside. But yeah, this is going to look ugly if I have to run the cables all the way around. Because I can't, there's no way I can curl these around. I can't have 2 cables on the same spot curling away from each other. Is that the... It's a black hole coming up. I mean, I can curl these all the way around like this, and it's awful. I do not like doing this at all. Let's just call it a temporary solution. The alternative is I just move this large battery one space to the left, just so I can get cable through. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I mean, it doesn't matter if I can stay outside all day. I remember there was a time when you couldn't stay outside all day because your suit and your tools and everything just melted because of the temperatures. But they seem to have made it so that you can withstand a heck of a lot more now. Like I said, I did a test run where I loaded up a game and just flew up high and stared at the sun in the middle of the day, or stared at the black hole, completely exposed, and nothing bad happened. Nothing melted. I kind of don't like that it's like that now. So I'm going to move everything one space over to the left. Kind of like, I like that sense of danger where you're really you're really worried, like, oh no, got to get inside, and they've kind of taken that sense of danger away from us. So everything's going one spot across like this, which means this whole cable line's going across. So let's start putting cables in first. I mean, I'm not going to have trouble lining this up later on. And I can actually get in behind there and do this while the battery's down. I'm just trying to make life a bit easier for myself. I hope I'm not blowing anything up in my base. It's happened in the past where I'm just out here working on something and then boom. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. Let's get this battery in place. Looking good. I can now turn it on, so I'll know the exact moment it's connected. I don't like that these pipes are going over top of the window, obstructing my view. I'm blind, I can't find these wire cutters. Do you think I can... Do I have enough cable to go all the way around? We'll try it out. Don't want my view obstructed. I want to be able to see that terrifying, magnificent beast clearly, no matter where I am. Health low. Health is 75%. It's not low. It's going to be close. Good thing I produced those extra cables. Yeah, I had a cable to spare. Not even close. Okay, so... yep, you can see the lights flashing. It means it's charging. So, whoa. Okay, it's 560 degrees out here. I would like to go inside. Just because I like the fact that I should be wanting to go inside. I can turn that on. I'm going to have to turn that on. This is all disconnected. I'm currently dying. Oh yeah, but the whole point was by moving everything a little bit over. Honestly, this is crazy. I'm still looping cable all the way back around. What have I done? 627 at 6 degrees. There's no danger. I'm not actually in any danger at all. Crowbar is not going to help me put cables down. This thing is. And this looks really bad. Just looping around crazily. I don't know, maybe I'll put a beacon out the front of this door to connect to the pipe. So these pipes out here is not too bad. And as you can see, I need more cables. But anyway, let's get inside. I am chewing through my oxygen tank. So there is one negative. No, don't open the door. There is one negative to being out there like this. My waste tank and my O2 tank are getting ripped down like crazy. Let's turn this off. Oh, good thing I didn't connect it up, because then I could have blown a cable, because I'd have power coming from two different directions. All this needs to go. It's got its own separate network now. I don't need any of that. So yeah, all that can be ripped up. And now that I have, I'm going to connect this now. I'm not even using these doors, so it's just an unnecessary draw of power powering these two doors up. So actually, when I do connect it, these doors will be just drawing watts for no reason. This water should be finished. I'm just going to drink first. Having a monitor set up monitoring my water levels would be nice as well, so I can see when my water levels are getting low. But as you can see, I mean, I just drank, but 672 moles, that's a lot of water. This should have, okay, I got excess H2 again. I don't know how that happens. I gotta wait for this thing to fill up really before I can run the gas mixer again. Let's chuck some O2 in this pipe. It's actually pretty warm O2, but I'm mixing it with pretty cold cold H2. What I might do is just, I don't need to freeze this stuff. I mean, I don't even, it's like negative 134. I don't need to freeze this stuff, so I can actually just rip these two things up. Now, the N2O is, I don't even need it really. What I was saying is I'm going to just stick some radiators on these two and just keep them there like permanently. So that when I push O2 in this tank, I'm like freezing the O2, and then there's no chance of a explosion later on. So I'm going to get the pressure in this pipe to, and also will let me get more moles of O2 in here because it'll be lower pressure, which is great. So I'm just going to fill these two pipes back up again. This thing could be turned off now because I've sucked all the water out. That can be turned off, save me a bit of power. My power is still like max all the time. That's really surprising considering how little power generation I even have set up. Did I duct tape? I always duct tape straight after a storm, so I'm sure they're fine. What am I doing? Okay, so this power setup is almost in place. Look at that. Beautiful. Gotten a ton of power already. So this is going to power my two doors, this door and that door, and it's going to power a beacon out the front there, and it's also going to power this automated furnace. After the black hole has set, I'm going to rip up all these cables and just connect it all up. Okay, so what else do I need to do? I'm creating water, but that's going to take time. I want to move the CO2 intake. I want to move basically all of this over to that wall over there. Just double check the temperature of my greenhouse. I want it to drop. I want it to get really, really cold in there. Because when I pull the wall cooler off, the wall cooler is going to be, there's going to be no wall cooler in there for quite some time. It's okay, I can always do a gas swap. That's what I was just checking there, the CO2. I'm thinking, can I just do a gas swap? And the answer is yes. The CO2 is cool. These things are just producing, well, not producing oxygen, they're turning CO2 into oxygen right now as I speak. Next time I go in there, it'll be like 50% oxygen, and I'll have a ton more oxygen. Just waiting for the black hole to set. Is there anything I should be making right now? Anything I should be creating? I want to just chuck these down somewhere, probably underneath this array, just so I don't have them anymore. No, but I'm not going to be using walls for a while, I don't believe. So let's just throw all that in here for now. I do need to make a bunch of extra materials. I've got all the heavy cables I want. That's great. Don't need it. Go outside, rip up some cables. I don't want to start ripping this up just yet. Well, I'm about to actually. I'm going to go outside, hook up the cables, and I'm going to fly over here, and I'm going to just start ripping up my CO2 intake and moving it. I'll probably do both at the same time, the CO2 and this thing as well. I'm going to rip up those. I have to probably go inside. No, I have to rip off one of these windows to get the other pipes. In fact, I can do that right now. Because this is a double wall, I can tell. See, that's skinny, that's fat. So I can rip this up. Oh, what's happening? Okay, let's deconstruct the whole window. Now I can get to these pipes here and just pull all these up right now. So this is my transferring gases from the greenhouse into my atmospheric system. So this is no longer going to be here. Whoa, I almost ripped up the floor. You be careful when wrenching up pipes on the ground like this. If there's a chasm underneath with, atmosphere in it, I just end up sticking atmosphere in my base. I mean, to be honest, it's not actually the biggest deal. As long as it doesn't get in my greenhouse, that would be a big deal. I want to get outside. Well, yeah, okay. So as you can see, I'm going to use insulated pipes. Because this is going straight through my greenhouse. I know it's in the wall, but I'm really worried there's going to be heat transference to the greenhouse. I can't do this last bit without ripping up that stuff there first. Can I get this one too? Here we go. And I'm also going to drill this off. Oh, other issue is, how do I get power over there? I have to, I want the whole greenhouse using the same power system. So that power battery has to power stuff all the way on that wall. I didn't think about that, and I only just realized it now. I can't rip all these up anyway because the cooler is going. I can get some of these cables. So that turned the cooler off. Will it just automatically go back on? I think it did. I can't see the button from here. I'm trying. I'm about to go outside. I'll be able to see it from outside anyway. What's going on here? What does this connect to? Why is there a cable poking into there? What does that cable connect to exactly? I'm not sure what this does. This is a double wall, is it? No, that's a single wall. No, it's a double wall. I can tell there's iron on this side and steel on the other side. So I can rip up this window. And we can take a peek at what's behind. Let's actually angle grinder both these as well. So we can have a look and see what's going on here. Okay, so why do I have a cable going up into nowhere? What is that connecting to? Is it going along the roof? I can't actually see. So what am I doing here? I'm just ripping up mystery cables. I don't know what that connects to, if anything. I just had a cable going to nowhere. I don't actually need this anymore. Or any of these. Because that cable connects to my main line, which is connecting up the cooler and connecting up the gas. I might go into the greenhouse just to be safe. Drill. Let's get rid of... That's not a drill. In my defense, a drill and the welder kind of look similar. Kinda. Get out of my face. Now you grab that. So I'm doing a lot of reconstruction here. I hope it doesn't bite me in the backside. I'm going to quickly duck in here, make sure the wall cooler is working. This temperature control is still working, so the wall cooler should be on. So I don't need to go back to my base, except if I want to get some of these extra cables that I'm not using. Like, this does not have to curl around like this. I could... Yeah, I'm going into my greenhouse. So I'm turning the wall cooler off for a second. Yikes. And you curl in, please. And I'm going to go in there and connect this up and get rid of the unnecessary cables. So the gas sensor should not be working. It should say, wait, what? How is this temperature sensor working? Oh, yeah, that is still connected. The temperature sensor is working. It's the wall cooler that's not working. Let's just get in here It'll also give me an idea of how much oxygen I've been generating. I don't check this greenhouse very often anymore. I'm only in here once in a while to do a gas swap because I've accumulated too much O2. 26% O2. It's fine. I can let this go for a while. Well, I'm going to have to because I've just ripped up my gas exchange pipes. I need to get outside. Where are the solar panels? Okay. I'm running out of time. Honestly, all this stuff should have been done during the day. Let me in. Let me in. I'm in a rush now. Thank you. Okay, so how many moles per square do I have? 70. Honestly, I can pull out 50 moles per square now. I love that I just have this constant oxygen production. My CO2 levels are fine in my tank. At some point, all my CO2 will be turned into oxygen, and I'll need more CO2. It's not an issue right now. So this wall cooler is doing a good job. As I found out recently, I can actually check the temperature of this pipe. Just negative 64.6. This wall cooler should do a good job of just slowly cooling everything down. I need this thing to get really, really cold. Now I gotta rush out there. I'm happy with the greenhouse, how it's going. The O2 levels honestly are not too high just yet. I've got a window of probably a couple of nights to get this set up. I want to get most of it set up right now. I wanted to make a second beacon while it was on my mind, but hopefully I remember to put this second beacon down. Okay, let's pick up some more cables. I'm not going to have enough cables to cable it all up. It's a story of this game. It shouldn't be called Stationeers. It should be called Cable Creator Simulator or something like that, because that's all I ever seem to be doing when I'm playing this game. Just more cables, more cables. Okay, so I got 18 cables. I'm not going to run... Oh, I've got all this. I actually do have cables close. I might have enough cables. So anyway, I'm pulling this up. I hope I didn't waste any CO2. I have a feeling I did. I have a feeling I ripped these up in the wrong order. It didn't matter for the other line, but for this line, you have to actually rip things up in the correct order, one by one. Otherwise, you're just destroying CO2. To be honest, I'm not even gonna care about it. It's CO2. It's infinite. No, God, I wasn't paying attention. Let's use this one because I'm not using this battery for pretty much not using it for anything right now. I can just do this. Solar panels. Yes, the black hole is very close to being set up. So I wanted to do these at the same time. I don't have enough insulated pipes. Did I leave them all in? I forgot to get them out of there. I can grab them really quickly. I'll just use the pipes I currently have. The thing is, these pipes are going to be half sticking through the wall, and I'm worried there's going to be heat transfer into the greenhouse. So I want them to be insulated. Anything that's like adjacent to the greenhouse needs to be insulated. If it's not adjacent to the greenhouse, who cares? The carbon dioxide definitely needs to be insulated because I want to be putting cool carbon dioxide in. So I'm going to be running two pipes side by side parallel through the roof here. So this is that's the black hole making its appearance. And this one here, just do it this way so that it's obscured as much as possible. And yeah, I'm gonna have insulated pipes running here, and then the two pipe systems are just going to be side by side running along here. The cooling stuff is going to be probably in this corner. So the gas exchange is probably going to be these two panels here. I might just do one panel per one gas exchange, just so they're nice and separate. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is okay. Just squiggle this out here and around. So insulated pipes are the deal. That's what I desperately need more of. Other things I said I wanted to do before I went back inside was I want to get rid of this. And there's space under there for now. It means if I desperately need frames, I can always just start ripping them up from here. I'm still thinking in the back of my mind I might vacuum seal all those and actually create that little corridor, just a little bit of space back there. Make some use of it. I don't know, maybe an alien mushroom farm or something. This is all good. There's nothing more I can do right now. Oh gosh, I come so close to pushing that button and just letting a bunch of atmosphere in my base. I got to be so careful. Automating these airlocks. I've got almost all the things in place. Actually, I did a simple airlock. I do have all the things in place to just automate the doors. But I don't want a simple airlock because I do have dreams of one day having breathable atmosphere in here, which will mean I'll have advanced airlocks instead. So as I was saying, I can't put them in from this side. I'm going to have like active vent here. This is going to be like my CO2 intake. This is going to be my outtake, something like that. One's going to be intake, one's going to be outtake, and wall cooler is going to go here, and the pipes from the X are going to go up and around and down and all the way along here, all the way down into here and into the cooler. And those two parallel pipes you see I'm running are one's going to pop down into here and the other one's going to pop into there. And we'll have intake and outtake and cooling. Boom, 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 3 walls, all good. If I need a second wall cooler, I actually can put 2 wall coolers next to each other. It looks like I only need 1. Okay, so it's taking shape. We're getting there. Now, the other thing I'm working on at the exact same time as I'm doing this, apart from the beacon that I want to create, is getting these pipes filled up and cold. Fantastic. Now let's get the gas mixer going, and let's just empty these pipes into the gas mixer ready for combustion. I'm just going to keep producing water the entire time. 3, maybe 4 big water things. By the end of this episode, I should have water for weeks. Now, I'm going to turn this off because I don't want warmer O2 getting in there. And once all the O2 has been absorbed, yeah, so it's going to be a big one this time. So once all this O2 is absorbed out of those pipes, I'm going to run the mixer, the combustor, and the volume pump. Get more and more water. So these plants are still not using water, are they? Yeah, okay, so all confirmed. Water's a catalyst. I don't ever have to pump more water in there. Electronics printer. I'm just going to make that beacon very quickly. Just stick it on me somewhere. Beacon, kit beacon. I have 2 beacons. It's probably a waste, but I know myself too well. I'll run out that airlock and then go, oh, you know what? I'm going to do some mining, and it'll be like a last minute decision. And I'm just going to chuck this here. Yeah, can't forget that. It's going to be like my last minute decision, and having a beacon just out this door would be fantastic. All this needs to be ripped up. Pipes. That's what I want to do before the end. I don't need these pipes so much. I might take some with me just so I can pipe things up inside the room. No, because it's going to be sticking through the wall. I'm not going to be using these until I start ripping up all this and running it through the vacuum room. That's when I'm going to need these the most. Insulated pipes, I do not have enough. I'm sure I don't have enough. And even if I do have enough, having more is not really bad. Silver's in here. I need silicon and steel. Fantastic. They're both here. Silicon and steel are the ingredients I need for kit walls and glass. So, oh, I'm trying to pick that up wrong. So they're pretty much always going to be in this machine there. But they're also the ingredient for insulated pipes. Let's just get that running. Turn that off, turn that off. I'm not going to start this yet. I want to cool this greenhouse down as much as possible so that when I rip the wall cooler off, what's going to happen is the greenhouse is just going to heat up, heat up, heat up, heat up, heat up. And then it gives me time to change the location of the wall cooler. So that'll be the last thing I change out, the wall cooler. I've got time up my sleeve. I'm making a ton of pipes. I want to go into the greenhouse. I should have done it when I was in there and chuck the active vents on the wall. It looks like that's one of the last things I'm going to do. I'm probably going to need more cables. Copper's in here? Yeah. Cable creation simulator. Cable. Why are they split into two different groups? It's just 3 more. I think 30 will be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Turn that off. Unlimited cables. I honestly just want to keep going and going and going with these. One more. 195 copper. There's a nice, decent number. Not as good as 200, but still good. Okay, so I'm about to go outside, and one thing I could be doing while I'm waiting, I mean, I've got a bit of time on my sleeve. I want to chuck those active vents on, just to work out where it is. Maybe do a little bit of the cabling in there. Black hole is... Look at that. What a scene. What a sight. I know I rave about it every single episode, but it is just that rave-worthy. Just the way they did this. The developers really nailed it. They just nailed it. It's just fantastic. And the rest of the sky is all like stars. It's just fantastic. This is probably my favorite part about playing on Vulcan, is getting to look at the black hole every single day. I mean, it's just a fantastic sight. Come on, hurry up. I can check my O2 percentage while I'm here. 29%. Around about 50%. It doesn't really matter. I can't do a gas swap right now. If things get really bad, I can just like harvest all the plants, I guess. Yeah, okay, so let's go right in the middle where it's convenient. So as well as having a greenhouse temperature sensor, maybe I can do a gas composition sensor. I don't even know if that's a thing. Can you show the composition of the gases in the greenhouse? I know, I've never done it before, so I don't even know if it's possible. Yeah, I have to... these are definitely going to go straight up like this. There's no doubt about that. I just don't know which pipe is doing what at this stage. I want to move this sensor. I mean, I will move the sensor. Not right now. The black hole has almost set. The pressure in this room is only 80 kilopascals. I'm not sure why. Is it because the temperature is so low? And so it's not a big deal. It's not an issue. The plants are fine with 80 kilopascals. Let me out. Let me out. Thank you. Let's go. The battery is slowly filling up, which I'm happy about. There's my beacon. I would have completely forgotten about that if I hadn't chucked it right there. And as usual, well, we want the power coming in from the right, so we'll do it this way. And then I can, yeah. We'll just hook that up now, so I remember. You never know when a storm is going to hit. Unfortunately, I'm not running it down the seams, which I prefer to do because I'm crazy. And we'll get the beacon connected. We're obviously not going to turn it on. Get these pipes out of my way. Fantastic. I'm paranoid. I'm just checking yeah, they're 100%. I'm worried a storm is going to hit. I'm going to lose my solar panels. This should work now. Nice bright beacon. Thank you very much. And the tracker in my tablet should be able to find that. I forgot to put these in the cupboard. Oh, I don't think it's going to be an issue. Get your backside up here and let's get this done. Just get it done. Okay, this one here I think is just going to plonk straight in there. So this one here is my gas out. Yep. So when I want to capture gases, I'm going to use that one. And this one here is going to look a little bit ugly. I don't like them being too going over the windows, obstructing my view of the black hole. But I don't know what the alternative is at this stage. Let's circle this round. Plenty of space. There we go. And this is my gas in. So this here should be filled with carbon dioxide. Cool carbon dioxide. Fantastic. Not much cool carbon dioxide. Do I have a... Yeah. I probably need to do another carbon dioxide gas capture. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to put, like with the other ones, I'm going to cut it off. Like you can see with the H2, I put a... where is it? I put a valve. I don't want a valve. I want a pressure regulator, a volume pump. Like with the X, I'm going to stick a volume pump down there and then just feed stuff into the pipe as I need it. Because when I do a big gas capture, I'll be getting hot CO2, which will heat the whole tank. And I kind of want to keep the temperature of the tank what I want it to be. I'll probably have pipes coming out the back here and just have like a little CO2 cooling wall or something. With a valve. Yeah, with a valve probably. I want to keep the cooling wall separate from the tank. And it's like, oh, the tank's too hot, and then I just pull the valve and it'll equalize the temperatures. Well, not equalize, but it'll balance out the temperatures and cool down the tank. So something like that. So I'm just going to have perpetually like super frozen CO2 on the back of this wall. And yes, I'm freezing again. Okay, other thing I want to figure out is where the power's going. I'm actually looking at here. I want to do that CO2 thing now. I'm thinking about it. I should be able to curl this down. Yep. And I've got on the back of that wall, I can't see it from the front, but I'll be able to see it from the back if I can. Well, what am I doing? There's windows there. Yeah, down it goes. And I should be able to use that cable to connect up. Oh no! Should be able to use that cable to connect up both vents and my wall cooler. If not, I can always run a cable down this way instead and connect the cooler. But yeah, this cable's going to go... Whoa, why do I keep slipping off? This cable's going to go down and around, connecting up both coolers, both vents and the cooler. Everything should be good. Okay, one thing with this cooler is... I'm going to figure out the cooler later. I'm going to figure it out later. So I've moved my CO2 intake and my O2 intake. I just have to go inside and wire it up. What else do I need to do? I need to move the wall cooler. That's going to be last. I need to pipe up the vacuum corridor first. Yeah, I need to drink before all that. And I'm going to do a big O2 swap. Not O2, so a big H2O production. No, wrong button. I really shouldn't have these two buttons next to each other. I really should change this. Of course, when I say I should do something, that means it may happen 5 episodes from now, and I may make a horrible mistake in the meantime. H2, H2, H2O. Let's just keep doing this the whole time. Big test would be this pipe. This pipe, yeah, it's empty. Let's turn off the mixer. This one will fill back up with H2. Yeah, it takes ages. And this should be filled with fuel mix. Oh, I got way too much O2 in there. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be doing more of these mixes as the time goes down. So let's just go back to the correct 6733 mix. In here I have a ton of extra H2, but in there I have a ton of extra O2. I should be able to just bang this now and it should be creating me water. And because I have so much power, I can just, not that one, this one. I should change that. I don't know what I'll do with that. I don't actually need it because I don't need more H2O. I might put more in there as just like storage or something. Okay, super hot H2O is going in these pipes now. So every time that happens, I grab the, where are they? Oh, there they are. I grab these things and I just cool my H2O down. I don't need to, I guess. I just don't like the idea that I'm drinking like 450 degree water. Even though it has no effect. Water temperature, the only thing it does is it changes the temperature of the surrounding atmosphere. So if that was 450 degree temperature in that pipe, this room would overheat and I'd have horrible problems cooling it all down. Temperature's fine. Once that drops to 20, I'm in a bit of trouble. I want to go into the greenhouse room now and let's I can't wait to get rid of all this paraphernalia. Don't want to go into the greenhouse room because the active vents are already put in place. I want to connect them up. Greenhouse room is last when I do a gas swap. Okay, so far so good. We'll just, I want to get rid of this, put in that. I'll get this done first. And these are connected, and this is going to connect to my wall cooler from the bottom. Honestly, this is going to just go. It would look neater if I went all the way to the bottom, wouldn't it? I might fix that later. Make that super neat. And there's going to be a wall cooler there, and insulated pipes until I get to this window here, and then, yeah. So I could start working on that pipe system. First thing I want to do is test out this vent system. I feel like I should be outside because it's nighttime. So we've got our main atmospherics line. All good, all connected up. I think eventually all this is going to be insulated pipes as well. If I actually one day get an atmosphere in this base, that's all going to have to be insulated pipes. Unless, I don't know, I'm still thinking about how I'm going to do all the displays. What if I put walls, like windows down this entire line here? So I'm just windowing off my tanks. Because I've left two spaces, everything can offshoot out of this space. And this honestly can just be a long wall that goes along. And I can just have my displays on that wall. There's no actual, and it's right next to the data as well. So there's actually no need for me to actually be able to be directly in contact with these tanks. As long as I can see the readings, the pressure and temperature, and I will be able to because I'll be connected to monitors, I don't actually need access to these tanks. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm going to actually have glass walls all down this line here, separating my tanks, and I can put my monitors on those walls. Fantastic. I think I figured it out. What is happening? What is eating up all my power? Any of my other batteries struggling? Did I disconnect the main line? Am I just... What? Is the cooler working overtime in there? I can't for the life of me work out why my battery power is so low. It's always been like maxed. All during the night, that battery has been draining like crazy. I don't know why. I that's okay. Good thing I noticed it. Do I need more power? I mean, I've been talking about updating my power array for like 15 episodes straight now, so it might be time to do it. I'm just trying to think what ate up my power. I've only got the one wall cooler. I'm not running the vents at the moment. What is this? 33% O2 now. I know I've got the H2 combustor and everything, but that's connected to a separate line. Speaking of which, I should have turned that off before I got in here. It should be okay. It doesn't matter if it's running on empty. It's just going to be pulling power. Although now power looks like it's an issue. Come on. Oh, is that really... I was going to say, yeah, the pressure... I mean, it's even low pressure in here, so this thing shouldn't be working so hard. Is it just all these grow lights going at once? But I've never had power issues with this before. Something is drawing a ton of power from that battery. It's not the airlock, it's not the sensor or anything, or the monitor. Anything that's changed is I've added these and I've connected all these up. So let's just remember which one is which. I should probably... This goes through the roof, and the one going through the roof comes down here and connects to the main atmospherics line. So this is my suck air out. So I want this pulling in, so I want to set it inward so it's pulling into the vent. And now I should be able to turn this on and nothing happens. Oh, did I? What's wrong? I thought I connected all that up. I thought it was all connected. Something's wrong. It's not doing anything. It should all be connected. I can't wait to move you, my friend. I don't want to move it now because then I need to reconfigure the console. This is draining power like crazy. Those things aren't connected. I don't know what's wrong. I'm so confused. I can always just cut power to it and let the power fill back up. There's no such thing as a short circuit in this game, is there? No, there isn't. You can't short circuit anything. So it's not like I'm short circuiting the battery and wasting battery power that way. What is happening? Why aren't those vents actually connected? It's okay, this should be empty by now. Yeah. This has extra O2 in it. Okay, so that's fine. Turn this off. Turn this off. And let's get this going. Get more O2 in here. I don't know what's happening. I know it's the middle of the day, but I want to go outside and figure it out. This thing's getting drained like crazy as well. Oh no, this thing just hasn't filled up yet. This is all connected, right? And I connected this to the ceiling lights, didn't I? Didn't I? Did I forget one connection? I don't know what just happened. I'm confused. When I rewatch this video, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, you idiot! Of course, that's what's happening." This battery is dying. It's going to be so obvious when I rewatch it what's happened here. But right now I'm like a confused little monkey running around going, "Ah, things are wrong," just panicking like an idiot. That should have been sucking oxygen out of the room. It's connected to my main line, isn't it? These solar panels should be producing a ton of energy. They should be filling this battery up like crazy. Did I accidentally disconnect my main line or something? I'd like to know what I'm doing wrong. Let me out. Come on, let me out. Oh, it's going to fill this with 100 kilopascals and then open. But even though the greenhouse is only 80 kilopascals, 77. Okay, so what's this one here? This is my CO2. This is actually, this should be set outwards. This should be pushing air out. When I turn this on, it should be just blowing CO2 into this room. So the only thing that could possibly be wrong is that I ran the wire along, but I didn't connect it up. That's my theory. That's my theory of what's going on here. So this is all connected. Yep, that's all connected. Doing a little zigzag there, then going along. Yeah, it's just got to be just not connected. I'm going to take this. I'm going to just not panic. Yeah, it's too late for that. I'm going to stop panicking, and I'm just going to rework this, chuck it somewhere more convenient. Right behind the O2 here will be fine. I can't put it right behind the O2 because that's not the correct wall. I don't want to put it here right next to the wall cooler. It shouldn't be right next to the wall cooler. It's just in an inconvenient spot, just annoying. How about I just stick it in this little corner here, underneath this plant here or something. Just temporary. Yeah, another temporary. If you could see my hands right now, I'm doing the quotation signs. Temporary solution. Oh, this is going to eat up more cables. Can't be helped. Oh, it can be helped, but okay, here we go. I'm not going to panic. I'm just going to assume I didn't connect it at the top. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. And yeah, this is going to be the greenhouse temperature sensor. I need a renaming tool. That monitor's showing NaN. Or whatever that says. It's just unhappy. I don't know if that's supposed to be NaN. Because I've ripped it up. The sensor it used to be pointing at doesn't exist anymore. Let's just keep my renaming tool on me. I'm finally going to dump these things. Oh, every time I look at my inventory... Oh, gosh, whoops. Every time I look at my inventory, it just drives me nuts. I should keep these on me, though. So that, like, before when I was trying to chuck something down, I can always throw a wall down there really quickly and then put whatever I want on that wall. I can't get in my greenhouse to rename. Oh, I can. It just takes so long to cycle stuff. I need more cables as well. Cable creation simulator. I'm getting there. I've just been sidetracked by the fact that I expected my greenhouse to be undergoing some sort of gas swap where it's not. The temperature in the greenhouse is 26.2. It's honestly fine. No, I don't want to do a gas swap. I want to get the temperature down in the greenhouse. It's been the daytime, that's why the temperature rose up to 26. I'm hoping it drops down to like 22 or so. The reason I want it cool in here is because I'm about to rip up the wall cooler and spend a lot of time with pipes. So it's 88 moles per square. It's quite a lot. Pressure's very low in here. I want to back up to 100. Anyway, what I was doing was this. We're going to just call it the greenhouse temperature sensor. Okay, so now when I go to my console, there's nothing else I want to do in here, right? Nothing else, right? Nothing else? It's all good? I want to do something about this. I do not like this pipe being like this. I mean, I can run it through the floor technically. I could airtight the blocks below it, then rip these up, and then run this through the floor, then put them back in place. I really hate doing stuff like that. It just feels like, oh god. Whoa, whoops, I accidentally pressed my Windows key. I don't like these setups where you encase things in solid steel. Like, it feels wrong. Feels like it's something you shouldn't be able to do. I know I've done that with some cables already at one point, which I didn't want to. So this is a pain to get to. This is supposed to be a temporary location for this sensor. Of course it is. Greenhouse temperature sensor. That's what I want. And then 24.9, it tells me the temperature of the greenhouse. Not next to the wall cooler. Okay, let's solve the mystery of these cables. And I would like to solve the mystery of why my greenhouse is suddenly drawing a ton of power that it wasn't drawing before. What have I done wrong? Yeah, there we go. It's because I didn't connect it up. Well, I figured it out. I had to panic for 10 minutes first, but I eventually figured it out. Let's go. It's always like the last one. Okay, these are now on. I can start gassing the place. Gassing my plants. Yeah, something has to be done about that water pipe. I do not want that at all. I want my water pipe connected to one of these already exposed pipes right down the back here or something. I mean, I could run the pipe well underneath and then come up like that. I could do it that way. That would make it less ugly looking. Okay, so anyway, let's stop getting sidetracked. These are in place. I'll test that on the next day. Is there any reason why I should be out here right now? I could be setting this up, but one project at a time. I've moved the CO2 and O2, the intakes and the outtakes. I've put down the large battery, the heavy cables. This is all fine and dandy. These should not be close to each other. I've been creating water like crazy, which is one of the goals I've set for myself this episode. Once this O2 pipe is full, I'm going to do another batch of water. It is full. Oh, I need this to be full as well. I don't need it to be full. I can turn this off. See, look at that, 531 moles. When it's cold, it can fit a lot more in. And there's nothing in here, but we're going to hit the gas mixer. That was really cold O2 with really cold H2. It's mixing away. Honestly, I'm just going to run this straight away and run this straight away. I haven't solved that mystery yet. Okay, this is the next task. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start this line off by creating an outshoot. So I'm not going to start ripping it up until the last minute when I absolutely have to. First, I need to figure out where these pipes are going. The easiest way to do that would be to actually get in there. So I'm not going to run it down past the green. I have to run it past the H2, which is annoying because I do want to have pipes from the H2 along this wall here. It should be okay. So I'm going to be running a pipe. I don't want it exposed to the atmosphere. So if I run it through the roof, which is very likely, actually I might, no, I don't want to run it over the glass. Obstruct my view of the black hole. So the ones running over the roof like this, oh come on, I know which, oh, I just had it. Is there a way to rotate it back the other way? I mean, I should be using these keys, delete page down. No, this is the wrong way. These keys, there we go, got it. I should use them a lot more often rather than just lazily pushing C. Oh, no, but I want this to go all the way to the back wall. So I don't want it like this. I want it to come down here really and pop out. It doesn't have to. Yeah. So what's going to happen here is this is going to be annoying because I'm going to have pipes running along this line here, but I don't want them in the wall. I want them just off the wall. And there's going to be radiators on it. So this corridor is going to get very cramped. Um, Hunger, food, power, yeah. Oh, I'm past the hour mark. I only just noticed then. Oops. And I basically want that to go like that. And where is it going to connect into the roof? Honestly, just off this pipe here. So, yeah, yeah, it's just going to shoot straight up, really. Oh, God, I can't get in position because I'm treading on these things. Here we go. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. And I need more insulated pipes, of course. So this is going to go like this, and it's going to go like that, and it's going to be insulated pipes circling all the way around. I'm going to curl this round and connect it up with the pipe which you can't see, which is connected along this line. So it's going to be all insulated along there. Yeah. And now these pipes, now that I'm actually inside the vacuum, are going to run along here like this. And then I'm just going to have a long line like this going all the way to the end with radiators on it the whole way. I think I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna, I might have the radiators point straight down. Just, actually I don't know what will conserve the most room. I can experiment with that. Sorry, nitrogen, your cooling days are over. Oh, I just put them there for storage more than anything. I mean, obviously up would be the or to the side like this. But in my experience, when I put radiators like this pointing straight at a wall, they don't actually cool. Something like, I don't know, it's weird. So if I put them here or here, no, I think I want them like this. It's not going to get in the way. I can honestly run under that and it's not a problem. So I'm just going to run that all the way to the end, red pipes all the way, curl around and into the wall cooler here. There'll be more insulated pipes coming down here. So I need more insulated pipes. Should I be outside right now? Is there anything outside I could be doing? Yeah, not really. I'm just looking out there and like, ooh, I could be mining. I could be doing cool stuff. I could be searching for traders. I did want to find more plant types. I don't want to live off tomato soup. Pipes, insulated pipes. I want to go in there and test my vents. I'm eager to do that. 21.5. I shouldn't actually. I shouldn't because the temperature's going down and I'm about to rip that wall cooler up and I want that temperature down to like 18 degrees or something before I do it. I actually had the right thing selected then, didn't I? Oh, God.
Hydration critical.
Hydration critical, of course it is. So while these pipes are printing up, let's check on our water production. I kind of want to end the video pretty soon. Let's turn the mixer off. Let's fill this back up with oxygen. I gotta wait for this thing to fill back up with H2. There should be nothing in this pipe here. There isn't. And there's a ton of water. Oh, there's not a ton of water. All the water's being sucked out by this volume pump. Did I turn this off? Yep. Yeah, they're dancing around over there. Water's now up to 1.66 kilomoles. It's fantastic. Feels good. Feels good. O2 tank is fine, especially since I'm about to dump an enormous amount of O2 in there from that room. 2,500 moles of O2, 3,000, over 3,000 moles of O2, plus whatever's in this pipe. Brilliant. Plus whatever's in my suit, which is tons. I can empty that waste tank actually. I will do that.
Waste tank critical.
5, 6, and recharge my battery. My filter's almost dead. I haven't even started on the medium filters yet, so it's all good. Get this out of my hand. It looks like I'm a thug, you know, like I'm about to running around. I'm going to try and club someone to death with my wrench. Anyway, next step is this is getting ripped up. Oh, you guys having fun out there? Okay, that's probably enough. Yeah, enough. Yeah, I possibly went overboard. That's fine. Turn off. I do want to upgrade this base to steel as well at some point. Um, it's a project for another time. This is far more important. I don't want to do any upgrades until I've got the space to work with. And then yeah, put those walls in. I think what I said before is exactly what I'm going to do. The glass walls. It doesn't actually solve the problem of this monitor here and where it's going to be located, but it does solve some problems. Maybe once this is ripped up, I can put the monitor. I can use these walls here to monitor my temperature and my pressure or something in my greenhouse. Anyway, stop wasting time and get your backside over there and get stuff done. So the wall cooler is going to be here, and I'm going to have super duper cold X going in here, and I'm going to just run it around like this. And down, and from here, oh, not quite. Maybe I shouldn't have put it down like that. Doesn't matter. From here, yeah, I can rework all this later. It's not a big deal. From there, that's where it'll connect up to my main, yeah, this piping here. The reason why I need lots of insulated tanks is because, like I said, all this is going to become, sorry, not tanks, pipes. All that's going to become insulated pipes in the future. The whole lot. All that's going to be ripped up. Temperature, 21.3. Should I stop here? No. This session is about getting stuff done. Stop messing around and get stuff done. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to disconnect the wall cooler. It's going to start getting hot in there. Not a problem. Now I got to make sure I do this in the right order. Losing carbon dioxide isn't too big a deal, mainly because I was about to say because the atmosphere, which I can't currently see, is like 7% CO2. Replacing it is really a piece of cake. X is a little bit harder to replace. There's a little bit of X in the atmosphere, but not much. I don't want to run filtration systems non-stop all the time. So I lost a bit of CO2. I assume I have. I'll rewatch the video at the exact moment I ripped up those CO2 pipes to see if I lost any. But I'm not going to lose any of my super cooled X. I refuse. So first step, obviously, is let's get rid of the existing radiators off this. I'm finally going to be rid of these horrible pipes. As you can see, oh god, I made a lot of radiators. As you can see, I haven't hooked that up yet. Yeah, I knew there was something I needed insulated pipes for right now. I just couldn't remember what it was. Now I do. It's this. Is that right? Yep. And let's just go all the way. And I should be able to connect my red pipes in here. Oh, I've already connected them. And now this should be filled with X. Yep, super cold X. I can actually start adding these radiators right now. There's no reason why I can't just throw these on. They're actually not blocking me, which is good. Am I dying of thirst again? Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? When am I never dying? When am I not dying of thirst? Hunger's getting a bit on the low side, so let's just gobble that up. I'm gonna make some more tomato soup. I'll do it later when it's convenient. Let's grab some more food. The last of my pumpkin soup. Let's just get a nice drink of water. Don't know if I need those radiators anymore. Doesn't matter. I'm constantly adding H2O to my system. This is dropped to 1.62. Is this up to... No, see, that's still filling up, and that's going to take ages to fill up. So I'm not going to be doing another gas mix for quite some time. Anyway, back to the task at hand. This wall cooler is about to flash an error. So I got to make sure I rip these up in order. If I rip up this middle one and then work my way backwards, that final pipe, either it'll blow up because there's too much pressure in it, or I'll just destroy whatever gas is in there. So that's the only thing I really have to be concerned of, that I actually do this in the correct order like this. I have a feeling I destroyed some CO2. Maybe I didn't. Maybe on a subconscious level I got it right. I wouldn't bet on me though, because I've just done it so many times in the past. I've been like, oh no, I just destroyed like a whole pipe full of precious oxygen or something. So we're just working our way back, forcing all the X back into the new pipe network. Speaking of which, if I am going to be forcing a bunch of X back into the new pipe network, I should keep an eye on the pressure. Because I just show you, the pressure is, it's the same number of moles, but the pressure is 17.74. Now when I grab another one of these, I force the gas back, and now the pressure is 18.45. So I'm increasing the pressure every time, like by 1 megapascal or so. So, oh, I've hit my pipe limit. I'm not going to destroy that. Probably, I'm not going to destroy it yet. It won't actually destroy any. It shouldn't. No, it won't destroy any X doing that. It's fine. It's only when you destroy the very last pipe in a segment. And the main time that happens is when, like when I was ripping up my CO2, where you decide just for some reason to start in the middle rather on the very end. You can, oh, come on, quick, let's get stuff done, let's go. My greenhouse is almost complete. Well, I still want to do some cosmetic stuff to it, like the walls, making all the walls steel and things like that. Okay, so this is going to connect around here like this. The reason I stopped going this way is because I ran into this wall and it's like annoying. It was bugging me, annoying trying to line it up. Wow. I said wow because it's almost the exact same number of pipes. I, didn't expect that. Okay, let's start attaching radiators. Let's get this stuff cool. So eventually when I stick atmosphere in my base, this corridor here is going to stay a vacuum the whole time. Okay, yeah, it's an hour 19 into this video. I'm going to put a stop to it in a moment. I'm going to put some more radiators down here. This is looking good. The black hole's almost set. I have actually connected all this. I can just go in there, transfer my wall cooler to here. It shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be a problem. I would like to put some lighting in this base as well. I do like it when you've got a well-lit base and you travel away and you come back and in the distance you can see your lighting. Of course, then you have to deal with the bug that your base hasn't popped into view. You know where it is, you're looking at it and it's just dark, and it's only when you get closer it suddenly pops into view, and that's annoying looking at that. Okay, so getting there. We're getting stuff done. I'm gonna rip this up now. It's gonna go inside. It's gonna be turned on. We're not gonna drill these things. We're gonna rip them up. This thing here. I would like to change the placement of my gas sensor. So 24 degrees. It should be heating. It should be heating quite quickly actually, because there's no wall cooler currently present. This battery, have I like accidentally disconnected it from the main line? I'm gonna just quickly check that now, because it was just strange that the battery was, maybe it was just slowly going down and I didn't even notice it. So maybe it was going 4 bars, 3 bars, 2 bars, and I just didn't notice the whole time. But I'm gonna check anyway. So we got this main line. This is my main line connecting to my greenhouse, and it just goes here. The other thing I could have done was maybe blown a cable, but no, it's actually connected to the main line. I should have brought my network analyzer out with me so I could examine the cables and see what's coming in. I can do that during the day actually from inside. I can sit in this corner, jam myself up into this corner and just network analyze the cable and see if there's any issue there. What I'm going to do, see, this thing is now charged. It's almost full. Everything's almost full except this one. It was almost like disconnecting this one up, disconnected that one somehow. I'm not sure what the deal was there. So this one's connected to these things, which are connected to this. It's all connected. It should all be powering up. There shouldn't be a problem. I really hate this. I need to find a solution to that. Okay, so these things can be normal cables, normal pipes. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, I can't see the problem. There's no shortage or anything. Nothing's happened that would cause this power to stop entering this battery. I might try the good old-fashioned turn it on, turn it off, turn it back on again, and see what goes on there. This is all connected. I'm just doubly checking. I'm all ready to put that wall cooler on there now and start cooling the greenhouse. So yeah, there's no problems. I can't figure out what it is. Except the only thing I can think of doing is increasing the power array. I think that'll be, if I can't don't locate some kind of problem, that'll be the next session of play. I'll be extending this power. This session's just all about doing stuff that I knew I needed to get done. So now look, it's all nice and neat in here. I can now start thinking about putting all this stuff on a wall rather than splattered all over the ground. I know what I'm going to do with these now. I'm sure I'm going to do the window things. There's a lot of machinery in the way though, so if I have these consoles on Windows, it's a problem. So I need to rework all this piping so that I have an unobstructed view to the monitors. Alternatively, I can just create a wall straight down here, just straight down here, and just wall off and seal off my atmospherics room. So my atmospherics room is separate to my main work room, and then I can shove all the monitors in the world onto there. That's another solution, which honestly I might go for, because when I have this wall up, I can use like part of that wall to do all this. It's actually better. It's better than what I was going to do. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked thinking about all the things I'm about to do and want to do rather than doing the things that I should be doing. Oh god, what a mess. That wall cooler is going to be next. I want to move this sensor again. I hate this. I hate that there's this cable right in my walkway here and the sensor's in a silly location. I'm going to put it on a wall somewhere. I've got some walls with me, so I can do that now. I can chuck walls in there. Oh, but yeah, the only walls that really need to be attached are these ones. These iron walls, that's right. I'm going to rip those up. There's just little bits and pieces. I said, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. They add up over time, and then you walk through your base and you just see so much stuff that you haven't done that you intended to do. Come on. Oh, it has to get all the way to 100, and then it drops to like 75, 74. Yeah, well, all this cabling is actually going through the roof now, because that connects up there. It's going through the roof up there and connecting these lights up. So all this cabling is not actually required. I can tidy things up to some degree. Honestly, I'm probably going to wait until I do my, you know how I plan to put steel all through my base? I plan to make the base entirely out of steel rather than iron. So when I do all my upgrading from iron to steel, that's when I'll be doing a lot of moving of walls and things. I'm going to have to reset that monitor again. Looking for the drill, it's the first one. Gas sensor. I said I didn't want it near the cooler, but honestly, putting it down here is not a big issue. Oh, it is, because I want it far away from when the new gases are coming in. I want it on a separate thing. We'll put it here for now. It's not where I want it. I mean, wall coolers do draw a lot of power. Could it have just been all the wall cooler doing it? But if so, the wall cooler's been off for a long time. This should be charging. This should be up to 3 green bars by now. There's something not right. I'm going to do something really silly. I'm going to disconnect this and then reconnect it again. I don't know, maybe just that, refreshing that might help. Wall cooler. Almost got everything in place. That wasn't a bug, that was just me being me. So if I turn this on, can I see these pipes? I should be able to. This is analyzing the room. I want to analyze the pipe. It was there for a second. I can't actually see though. That's the room pipe. 100% X. I have no idea how much X. I can do it like this. -60. Okay, so this will actually do a good job of cooling the room. Now this one here is because it's going through the ceiling. This is going to pull stuff out. So when I slash this on, it's going to start dropping the pressure like crazy and sucking some of that oxygen out of the room. I don't need these open. Honestly, when it gets down to about 30 kilopascals, I'll stop it. I'm not actually, this is not supposed to be an O2 capture thing. Especially since I think, yeah, I left those on. So I'm putting warm, it's not too warm, warmer O2 in there. So it's well below 30 degrees, that's all I really care about. So I just captured a little bit of O2, just a little bit. And now this should be blowing CO2 in here. Fantastic, and getting the pressure back up to 100. How hot is that O2? It's actually icy cold. So O2, I meant CO2. It's actually cooling my room down. Off, off, off. I don't want my room to get too cold. Right here it's 19.5 degrees, 19.4. My CO2 is too cold. I should have checked the temperature of the CO2 before I did this. Sorry, I'm just drinking if you're wondering what those slurping sounds are. So yeah, I'm very slowly cooling the room down by doing this. The temperature of the day will heat the room up back a little bit, and the wall cooler is off, so it should just slowly heat up over time. 19.1, so it doesn't look like it's going to drop any lower than that. We should be good. Once again, I'm sitting here messing around in my greenhouse. I'll try not to do that so much. I do it a lot on Venus, just babysitting everything. Venus is actually harder than Vulcan. The only difficult thing about Vulcan is that water start, getting to the point where you have water. But Venus, you've got this constant, perpetual, 400 plus degree temperatures outside. You have to hold 4 waste tanks on you every time you go out mining, and it's very hard to handle the heating and cooling of your greenhouse. Well, I find it hard. Maybe it's not hard for other people, but it's certainly hard for me. The pressure all the way down this end of the room is 93. What about in my airlock? 93. I want to get this to 100. I'm just a bit worried about leaving this on in case my CO2 gets like frozen temperatures. I'm just pumping super cold CO2 in here, but the temperature's actually just ticking up now. These plants should warm the room up, and the black hole will warm it up again, warm it up as well. This is good. I could suck more O2 out. I'm not going to though. I'll do that another time. It's not my priority. I'm gonna just let this room heat up. I'm happy now with this. This is a much better system. I've got my cooling corridor all set up. I can run this wall cooler. I would like to be able to remote activate this. I mean, I could set it up so it automatically switches on when the temperature gets too high. So when the temperature goes above 40, for instance, it switches on, and then you set up the logic so that when the temperature, it's tricky. Having a wall cooler turn on at 40 and turn off at 20, something like that, is kind of what I'd like to do. Yeah, between 40 and 25 probably. So I've got 10-degree leeway either way. The other thing is just have the temperature displayed out there and have a remote switch, so I can just pull the lever and the air conditioner goes on, and then turn the lever off. That's all I'm going to be doing in my greenhouse for quite some time. The only thing left to do is rename this. I almost forgot. So this is the greenhouse temperature sensor. And we will, yeah. Okay, so I feel good about this episode. I got stuff done. I got that stuff moved. I got all that horrible piping out of my base. I've created some space. I can now put some windows up. I can put sensors on there connected to the tank, so I don't have to sit there with my tablet looking at each individual tank. And the windows will also act as a wall, which will house this unit here, and probably my O2 tank filler, my waste tank emptier, my propellant filler. All that will be on this new wall that I create, which I think is going to be straight down this line here. I'm not going to do that right now. I did want to get one more batch of water in before I ended the transmission. Yeah, the H2 temperature is enough. The H2 pressure is enough for me to do that. That'll be the very final thing I do. Get this water up above 2K. Then I'll really be happy. On that note, I'm going to drink some water. I'm going to check this pipe. Apart from this mystery here, which I haven't been able to solve, I don't know why. Turn it off. That should cut power. Well, it doesn't. Turn it back on. Why didn't it cut power? I forgot this cable here, which I can do really, really quickly. Just rip this up, put it back down again. I'm not entirely certain what's going on with this thing here. Cut power. It should cut power to this thing. Or doesn't it do that? Alright, let's turn this on. This should be filling up with power. I have no idea why it isn't. Maybe just all my devices on at once is just drawing too much power. Or maybe there are some devices that when they're idle, they draw power, and I don't know that about those devices. Like maybe the beacons draw power when I don't know it. I don't know. I really have no idea. Didn't I turn this on? I didn't. No. Turn this on. Turn this on. There might be some devices that are just drawing power when idle. Did I change these? Yeah. This composition is, it's not too bad actually. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm going to make some super hot water, dump it in my tank. This should be filling up very slowly because it's only sucking it out as it's being created. There's still hopefully a ton to go. Oh, and the gas mixer is still. I'm waiting for this thing to be empty. Really, that's the big thing. When that empties, I'm going to end my transmission and take a break. I've been going at this for ages. An hour and a half just goes by so quickly. But yeah, I've got so many devices attached, but that maybe the total draw of my entire array is just too much. So what I should do next episode, I could be using iron frames for this. I'm going to exclusively use steel frames from now on rather than iron frames. What I should do next episode is I could chuck some more radiators on that X. I could remove this thing here. There's a lot of little housekeeping jobs that I kind of want to do. I want to separate my CO2 pipe from my main tank. Okay, I'm just going to say all these things out loud. Oh, I need more CO2. Wow, I've like converted so much of this stuff. Where's a pipe that I can look at? There one there. It's 4K, 4.3K in the pipes and 10K in here. I have converted so much CO2 to O2 that I'm actually having CO2 issues now. That's crazy. I'm not having H2 problems. It's gonna be a thing if I start doing gas captures, and I could do gas captures in both airlocks at the same time, could I? I could be, yeah. I go outside and gas capture both airlocks at the same time and get gases coming in at double the speed. So yeah, I need to separate my CO2 pipeline from my tank with a volume pump. I need to do some gas capture to get this to get more CO2. I'm actually getting low on CO2. I've hopefully made my water supply a non-issue for a very long time. That's good. More radiators to just fill up the rest of the missing radiators on these pipes here. I probably don't need to, but I want to do it anyway. And steel frames, upgrade power network, which means I'm going to want solar panels, steel frames, steel sheets. I want more wind power, so wind turbines. I'm going to extend that array along that way and up my power supply. This is up to 3 bars now, so it seems to be fixing itself a little bit, which is good. But I want more power anyway, because I like seeing blue bars everywhere, and these are all just green, so I am drawing quite a bit of power. Whilst I'm waiting for that water to finish, because I had actually forgotten, I'm going to just quickly greenhouse airlock gas sensor. No, I want the greenhouse temperature sensor. Where are you, my friend? There you are. Now when I pull this out, it should tell me the greenhouse temperature. Fantastic, 24.4. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. Just, is this finished? No, there's a little bit of O2 left in there. I don't necessarily need to process that. I think the reason is because this got emptied. Yeah. Let's O2 levels. Fine. O2 temperature. It's fine. I'm not gonna. Should I? I'm not gonna bother with these last 7 moles. Honestly, let's just leave this on. God, that's super cold oxygen I created then. So I'm just going to leave this on to get to 4 megapascals. I'm going to leave this on to get to 20 megapascals. This is completely empty. This has a little bit of H2O in it. The moment the H2O disappears, I turn off this, I turn off the volume pump, and then I end the transmission. Finally. I wanted to stop half an hour ago. It's so hard to. These are like movie length episodes. And most of it I spent just sitting here staring at a tablet. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Go. Get out of there. It honestly, it doesn't matter if I leave trace amounts of H2. I just want to end this episode. I'm really busting to go to the toilet. That's why. If I leave trace amounts of H2O in this pipe, who cares? H2O, 2.1 k mole of H2O. Look at that. H2O is fine. O2 is, it could be better, but CO2 is my issue. I want like 30,000 moles of it. My issue is going to be this. I might have to run a bypass on my H2 and just like a passive vent out there so that all the H2 that I'm collecting is just, I mean, alternatively, I could just yank these filters and all the H2 can collect up in my main pipe system and just leave the H2 sitting in there for a while. I'm just terrified that I'll burst this tank, or, well, more likely I'll burst the pipes next to the tank, and then boom, and that'd be awful. Okay, I put a stop to it now. I've listed off all the things I plan to do next episode. This episode, I got a lot done. Like, honestly, reworking all these pipes, it's a pain to do. It's something I knew I had to do. I got it done. I'm very happy with the greenhouse now and where everything's located. I can even maybe extend these hydroponics out one, because this is just going to be a skinny walkway to get to the back wall. So I can probably fit more plants in there and get my oxygen production up higher. Okay, I'm going to stand here in front of my greenhouse monitor and in front of my electroprint, so I know that I'm going to go for power next episode. I don't need these pipes. Chuck these pipes down. You watch. Start of next episode, storm will hit, and I'll have to go into crazy duct tape mode. I'm also going to look up the difference between Mark II duct tape and Mark I, because I might have been doing something horribly wrong this whole time. I just don't see much of a difference between the two of them. Okay, everyone, thanks for watching. I'm going to just swap this out, and then I'm going to save the game, and I'm going to end transmission. So I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you very much, and bye.